Vancouver on point, especially on the vault, the main thing to pay attention to. Every opportunity they have had to play this map, they've chosen it.
You let it get through in this one. Boston Breach willing to square up on a strong map here against Surge in our opening. And this is going to be a fun one, folks. Again, 16-5 for Hardpoint. That is just stage 2. Neptune's addition to the squad has transformed the team. A 6-win spree in the mode so far. Boston, have you got what it takes to end it? Here we go into map 1.
And we're going to go Neptune right off the bat as well. He'll always show off the good moves. He gets better height than anybody else, it feels like, in the league. No time wasted, gets all the intel. Nasty, though, unfortunately for Neptune, team kills his teammates. Should be an advantage for Boston. Purge gives you 2, and Boston give you the time.
Yeah, nice work. Start things off, Boston with the early time. Snoopy's still rolling. That's 3-1 right off the rip. He's had a very, very electrifying start to this one. Looking towards that pool side of the map, though, Vancouver Surge with 25 seconds to go here on P1. Eyes on the prize in that long game towards the new hardpoint. Vancouver with a nice bounce back here in the kills and time, but still spawns for P2, not theirs.
How about that from Purge? Opens things up off the break, goes for a 5 spree, and Boston off the back of that have the lead and the right side spawn. So good gameplay coming through so far. Awakening posted over the backside of P2. Purge has front, so Awakening can dip back, but Vancouver finally starting to show a little bit of life there in the kill feed, and they'll even be in time first.
Yeah, it's a nice start. Good kills here. Now back into P2 we go. And Awakening. Great coverage on the back. Traded out immediately, though. That's going to give Surge presence on time, but not on the back spawns. Here we go. Breach, you've got a quick hit here. Nasty doesn't get a huge amount of damage into the players on time. 04 can only get damage. Not enough for the kill. Abuser there with the trades. And back and forth we go again, folks. Spawns now flip. Surge in the back. 35 on the clock.
All right, this is a great time for Vancouver as well. Doing this the hard way. Neptune 8-3 to kick things off and making the best of a mixy situation. Maybe one final hit here coming through Boston. Players trying to slip their way through. Snoopy's done exactly that, but traded and gunned down. Vancouver, I mean, they stabilized. They had a rough start coming through the break. The guns were not quite there. They walk away after P2. Already have a lead.
Next spree comes to a close. A slight lead for Vancouver going into our third hard point. Boston with the early moves. Boston with the left-hand side of the minimap, what they want, but it's all on the Surge boys now, cutting the way through mid. Not a whole lot of productivity in the kill feed.
P3 time so far, though. Seeing how much you can actually lock down while Snoopy just gets dropped. Vying for position, as is tradition on this hill. And Awakening wants to go pick up the middle of the map. Vancouver soaking up the time, but the kills going their way, and they got the left side spawns as well. Boston are squaring to try to rip them down on P3.
Whoa, Snoop! How's he still alive? How's he got 2? How's he got 3? That's your hard point, Boston.
Yeah, and that's a dagger as well, because look at how distant these spawns are coming through. Snoopy on the chase. He's got 3 players potentially in his sights, and he just gets to waste their time. Trades rolling through the middle of the map. The only man up pushed forward is going to be Neptune. Trying to see if he can make an aggressive play and actually get through. In 2 spawn outs coming through right now for Boston. Desperate to hold the back line.
Nep is so aggressive, man. He's got Awakening tagged up, no regen yet. And he's pushing this. Awakening finally brought down a Neptune with a relentless onslaught, and now Cammy keeping him pinned in the back. And a fantastic opportunity here to again pump the brakes. Try to find a moment here to get a boozer forward. Can't get it done. Nasty up next. Or Cammy holding down the back line. A third there from Snoopy, and all 4 down for Surge.
Dude, that is a lockdown moment. Neptune bought his team so much space, but they could not capitalize. And, well, this is looking like a strong P4 hold. You get the blender set up as well, and Cammy, not a player to let this slip through. 2 players underneath him, hyper aware. Ready for the pressure, does get taken down, but that's after 15 seconds of work, and that's just more time for Snoopy to swoop in for the kills.
And swoop in, he does a 16-9 on a 3 spree now through the front door, gets himself another one, traded out immediately, folks, and that's going to be Boston back in the time again. On the approach now, Surge. Nearly the 2 there from Cammy. Purge with the immediate trade. Purge looking to get 04 as well, and it is a blistering start here from Boston. We say goodbye to our first set, 5 seconds to go, and they've got a decent lead going back to P1.
Yeah, and there's the spot check after the first set of rotation. Snoopy, 17 kills already. We might be in the mix for a Snoopy masterclass, but good trades rolling through. You do not want that player to get hot.
He is ruthless right now. Purge v Net. Seen a couple of those fights so far that have been exciting. Vancouver still with the time right now. They're finding a couple of kills. A 2-man hit turns into a 1-man hit, and Cammy now dancing with Neptune, who somehow managed to slip away and over to the other end of Nasty in time, finding kills. And a 2 from Purge. Wow, it is endless here on Vault.
I mean, listen, there's so many things happening on this mini-map. Players fighting for the P2 spawns, but with that rolling through for Vancouver, Awakening might have to chalk it up. He's just going to get traded out, and Vancouver going to be in the time. So a P1 to get back in the mix, and they got 0-4 and Abuza. Incredibly slow start to double negative, and Purge, the beneficiary of it. And in spite of the opportunity there for Vancouver, they get slaughtered. They get pushed to the left side of the map, and Boston get a bump up that lead as Purge, again on a P1, goes on a 10.
It's a great opportunity for Boston to run the scoreline out. Again, despite the efforts there of 0-4 and Abuza, the scoreline's still relatively close, so kudos again to Surge. 3 dead there, and now a push towards the point. Nasty gets in there fast. Whoa, he got the stick! Purge down and out. What an incredible jump. 45 seconds to go on the point, and again, another big hit here, and Boston are not wavering. 0-4, last man left alive on this side of the map. Dancing and diving, managing to find a big win there, and you've got pressure on the point still.
I mean, this is a P2 that no team in the league seems to be able to hold effectively. It gets broken instantly, a couple flips rolling through, and well, now you're going to be soaking up a little bit of this time. Everybody on Vancouver working from the back spawns, and this is a spawn trap blender type of situation. 0-4, key gunfights to win, at least gets the pressure off the front. Vancouver, I mean, they're desperate to get out.
Damn, they're trying. 2 beats out of Abuza, nice stuff. Final 10 seconds there of P2 finally getting a little bit going. And 19 deaths there to the 11 kills of Abuza. Not where you want to be in the stat line, but again, they are fighting tooth and nail, slowly but surely getting back into this one.
And ultimately, though, for Boston, they've just been in more control of the game. With the lead, you can play a little bit safer, and they're always pushed out for those left side spawns, and they are not letting anybody through, and soaking up a little bit of the time. But the most important thing, keep control of the middle of the map. If you can get the P3 time, it's great, but you are just playing keep away from Vancouver. They're always setting up for the P4. It is the name of the game on Vault.
There's a mechanical masterclass right now from Snoopy, 24 and 18, and he has dodged everything that has been thrown at him in this P3 scenario. Boston, a fantastic start in map 1. Let's go for a listen in.
Yeah, so yo, top. Yo, one more. Double doors, guys. Double doors over, okay?
Taking out air.
Take my 2 on me. On see others. P1 net. Nice. You got the right cross.
Other guys are
Big door ran out.
They're both spawned out. Under you. And one
Big door nasty. More on time, boys. Go back door as well.
2 on time. Who's a weak? The 0-4's there.
Yeah, scaff, and then front door.
Good shot. It's deep scout.
One shot. Yo, shadow scaff. Yep.
One shot. Both on time.
Okay, yeah. Alright, I can shallow big door. He's gonna be statue. Yeah, top before weak left, okay? Top before top, nice.
Can we close up those?
No, statue over.
Okay, yeah.
Statue, one shot.
I'll see
Statue absolute 0-4.
Yeah, deep left nasty, yeah. Deep left. Looking for Abuza, boys.
Statue, go on bigger, I think. Go bigger fast. Bigger, I think, or right.
Bigger nap that, bro.
Two carry now.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to get a cat.
Got one more shot.
I don't see him cat. It's over.
Yeah, they're gonna swap into
I don't see him on the left. There's one goal, I think.
We're missing 0-4, guys.
Yeah, yo, front goal, nasty's front goal, boys. I think he's, yo, 2 front goals.
Bigger too.
Very good, boys.
Yeah. One's close, okay, one's close.
Yo, net big door, guys, no challenge.
I hear you.
Yo, challenge net. He's gonna close net, weak, and then one challenge on the right.
One shot, line.
Oh my god, it's open.
Okay.
He's doing big down, you too.
Goal, nasty, one shot money.
One shot close and big door, one shot.
One shot, bro.
Yeah, go for it. One shot open, one shot time.
Yeah, you can keep pushing the cat. Okay, Nep, stop cat, okay?
There's 2 cat, bro, 2 cat.
I'm playing this over, bro.
Nep's absolute P2.
Okay, yeah. Push out the back.
One shot close, guys.
Nep on New York.
What a battle from Vancouver Surge. Massive lead change. Let's go for a listen in.
Yeah, go, please, yeah. I'm gonna cut front. Yeah, he didn't.
I'm in time. Dead. Nice.
Yo, listen, jumping down.
Yo, we're not blocking.
Top cat. Sit down on time.
I am. Somebody get my cross.
I have front, I'm in the pool.
Hey.
I spawn on the back.
I'm shooting her out, Mark.
Viens, cat. Light. Outside light. 1 HP.
I'm here.
Light. Just light. Burn. Again. And one's gonna be front. Nice. One's gonna be front properly. Take it down. Pass. He's one.
Yeah, he's fine. I'm going back. Yeah, I'm going back.
I go on the back, I go on the back, I go on the back.
Yeah,
Tell me.
Time,
1 HP, 1 HP time, trust me, working nice. Soak this shit.
Back down.
back there, we can out.
Back down. Other three, I think
time here, guys.
It's one out of 50, it's one out of 50.
He's done.
It's been pretty good. Yeah, I'm getting.
I'm going back.
Yeah, at least 2 in on the game. He's like, no, dead, I go on. Yeah, one's gonna be here out on the
Give me his one shot statue, bro.
Okay.
Statue.
One Fonta.
Just lay down, look window, Jordan. Lay down, look window. I have your no man.
Yeah, I'm playing. I get a shot now. One
Watch out,
mid door.
Let's get mid door.
Yeah, mid door.
What's you, Jordan?
Tapa, chill out.
Just stay down, check. I'm going back.
Be control and Tapa. Be control is on the way.
Fiery looks at ins from both teams, and looking at the score lines, we could be finishing in a big old art hard point.
Yeah, we could be finishing with a Neptune kill record as well. He has been doing everything for his team, including at this point getting the hill time. But Boston consistently had the P4 rotations. They have always just lived on the left side of the map, and no one's been able to find a route through. 04 is at least making sure you are super soaking this P3 time. And Vancouver Surge, 2 players are through.
Yeah, 2 on the way through. Caught Purge, caught him out. That is a dagger moment. The clock is now ticking against Boston Breach. Nasty now takes control of the other tower, so that's a massive power position in the hands. Oh my word, for the moment of Surge. Break on time, here we go.
And they only got 2 players in the back for the moment. Nasty trying to give you a little bit extra. It's a 3 spree and he's got Neptune to work with.
Trying to find at least one through the back door here. Snoopy, brilliant work there with a Jackal over the Neptune. Kill number 43, is he gonna get it here? The answer is yes. Top cleared out as well. Nobody on time. Vancouver fly towards it.
It's for your game. They're getting the cutoff kills as well. They get a player on time, 17 seconds to go.
One last barge now of Breach through the front. Nep finds another. Kill number 44. Cammy with 2. Can he break it? No, Abuza's there for it. You've still got him out on time, and it's 04 soaking away. Final 5. Here we go, Boston. Can you make something magical happen on the contest? The answer is yes, for now.
They bought their lifeline. This might be the Boston special. We're going to be ending this game on a P1, and Cammy's here first.
Here we go. Cammy in. Cammy down. Abuza finds something, but again, it's a 1v1 on time now that Purge loses. So Nasty locking it down once again. The final few seconds. Snoopy, can you save this moment? The answer is yes. Reinforcements now arrive. Abuza has been overwhelmed. Trades are done. 04 on time. A 1v1. Purge stays alive. Here comes Nasty. A stick.
One more wave of kills. This is it. The last square up on the time. Boston are here. Vancouver swarming.
Still finding kills all over the place. Snoopy on the pinch. Gets it. Stays alive. 10 seconds for the win.
This is it. This is it.
5 to go. Cammy. Purge. Everywhere you look, kills going their way. They've done it. Oh my God. And I've never seen a Snoopy pop-off. And look at the composure of that young man in a moment like that. That might be one of the most unbelievable P1 holds we've ever seen.
These boys are trying to figure out what just happened. They're already in the lab trying to dissect it rather than celebrate a victory like that. I mean, that is a dagger hardpoint to kick things off, and Boston looked more stunned than we are. They staved off the Neptune pressure. I mean, Neptune gave us 47 in that game, but ultimately the rotations, I think, for Boston, consistently on point, but a wild sequence towards the end. Cammy gets the ball rolling by dying, and then it is just a trade fest where Vancouver come out on top, and then Snoopy, the first man onto the point, and he just kills everything.
How many times can he save the moment here again? Look at the scoreline. You need 2 seconds if you're Vancouver. Snoop finds another set of kills. Purge wins an insane 1v1, and again, it is an individual flow of players. Nasty gets stuck. That's just bad luck. Straight into the fight once again. Snoopy with the damage, and this was the dagger moment. Overwhelming numbers and a trade battle that you finally win. Snoop, perfect timing, perfect position, gets those sets of kills. Last wave is here.
And that's just a ridiculous chain rolling through as well. I love Cammy even pulling out a Jackal towards the end to make sure if he needs to be there quick, he'll get there. But, I mean, how many players on Boston just had to deliver? I don't even know. Like, if Purge doesn't get this stick, how does that pan off? But either way, Snoopy, I mean, we've watched this kid mature over the years. He is all about his business on the main stage. But for Boston, I mean, a well-orchestrated effort for every single player on the team. The only person that didn't get double-digit assists was Purge, and he had 2 minutes of hill time. And on the flip side, slow ones, maybe for the top side players, Abuza at 26 in 40. I mean, Neptune dropped 47. It was not enough.
Not enough. Nearly 5k damage there as well. Highlights, folks. As things certainly got off to a spring start there, but Vancouver Chance were trailing for most of the map.
And ultimately, I think it was, I mean, the P4 is costing him, right? We're going to see maybe a highlight of Neptune. He's able to go through hard, get to the back spawns, and buy his teammates the space to actually get there and get involved in the mix. But Boston, I mean, always heads up. I feel like we spent a good chunk of our map just watching the ARs either posted up in the back doing things like this and making sure the back pressure is good, or they're posted up top art in top P4 knowing they just need to watch their back. So I don't know if there was really more than a moment or two where Boston ever got caught off guard. That's a fantastic look, because you saw the record for Vancouver Surge. 16 in 5 in Hardpoint throughout this stage. Some of their only losses came on this map to teams like Atlanta FaZe. Boston, they brought their best.
Boston has brought their best all tournament long so far. Their hardpoint has been fantastic. And that was a nice test of a team that's so well versed on a map. Certainly had the game plan down. They had the composure as well. You took Vancouver on one of their best and you walked away with a dub. Everyone's certainly pulling their fair share of the weight. Hardpoint time was fantastic. Purge, once again, the masterful soak. A superb objective play. And Snoopy, again, one of the most lethal individual players we have in the league right now. They grow up so fast.
Yeah, and even gunfights like that where you're sliding into the back corner, you know a guy's above you and you just rip them top steps. And it was Neptune of all people. Snoopy wins the gunfight again. So, I mean, look, this is a battle. We said it before the series started. We are expecting a Game 5 between these two teams. I think the COD fans, we have been thirsty for it. I think 18 series in a row have been either a 3-0 or a 3-1. And same thing in this tournament. We need more Surge.
A little bit more Surge. Wow, good news, Chance. We've got a Skyline coming up. Blinky, you might miss that one. Vault controller for that. Good God. A red card S&D at Game 5. We dare to dream. Also, though, bad news again for those who are playing CDL Bingo at home. Another 248. Another 248 in the tournament.
249, is
we
that
need
what it is?
249 for the bingo.
So
yeah, that's
close.
right. But hey, man, Search and Story, how are we feeling about this one?
Feeling good. Again, expecting it to be a very competitive battle, and I just like the stylistic matchup between the two teams. Snoopy and Neptune, extremely comparable. Cammy, he's going against Nasty, and you know these EU players always want the extra sauce, but the main factor for their success, at least against Carolina, Abuza and Nasty absolutely popped off. Did whatever they wanted in the S&D. 100% opening duel win percentage rate means they were perfect for the first bloods. And against Carolina, that is no easy feat. I think we saw their game plan really shining through. You know, a coach like Rambo Ray been putting overtime in coming into the major.
Well, the major question we all had for the Surge roster again was they had a really nice online qualifying run. The addition of Neptune was great, but they translated to a LAN performance under the different, working circumstances, pressure, different places to sleep, different food, you name it. It's not an easy thing to translate, and they're so far doing it all. And Boston as well, man. I mean, what a turnaround they've had. An up and down run towards this major right now. The highest of the highs we've seen so far. Skyline S&D, here we go. Map number 2.
I think this is going to be a map that comes down to the clutch potential. We know Boston are going to be bringing their absolute best, always well coordinated. They got the nades off the rib, leaning towards A site. Vancouver, though, they're meeting them with the stack.
Yeah, we're meeting a fair share of players down here by the A-bomb site. Uh-oh. Nep doesn't turn. Nep doesn't turn. He gets blooded. And Purge. There's a trade in position now. Man advantage Boston.
Oh, you'll take it. 3v2. And no flanks rolling through either. You got Nasty trying to work his way through the middle of the map. Cammy dealing with him up top, but he does get overwhelmed. So you got some trades. Abuza and Nasty showing off the teamwork.
Good old-fashioned 2v2 now over by the bomb. Boston on the big rat. We're going to see Nasty possibly get eyes on this in a moment or not. Abuza will be the first man to sniff something here, but it's not going to be from the position he's in. They've gone towards the backstairs, now towards the site. Knock, knock. Awakening finds it. Abuza springs to life. Can't find the kill, and it's Demon Joe for 2.
Getting it done in nice reposition in the 2v2 for the Boston players to wrap back. They knew Abuza had jumped over to P1. You want to make sure you contain the flanks, and Awakening Snoop making sure that they are also coordinated and playing together. The timing on the Chow in the end perfect as well. And when Awakening, his gun is hot. You know Boston are going to be excited for it, setting the tone in round 1.
Spicy round. Neptune forgot his mini-map existed for a moment there, it felt like. See how round 2 goes. I'm sure you guys can hear the swish of blades being played within the back in there, but Neptune, first man to drop in the previous round, now carrying the bomb. And he's his fair share of fragmentation. He's going to find a little bit else. Snoopy and Purge, ooh, they go for the high-low dip, right over to the bomb site, right over to Boozer. Could he get both? He cannot. Snoopy there with a trade.
And
oh!
Yeah, the long slide,
Oh!
and then the movement, and then the play of the map. Snoopy gives you a clean and easy 3. And Cammy unfortunately robbed us. He stole this final kill.
No, that is something. I mean, the first kill was great, right? The second kill, ridiculous. The third, well, let's find out, folks. Uno. Dos. God damn, he nearly had the fourth as well or not? No, Cammy was there for it. Fantastic work, Snoopy.
I mean, this is exactly where you want him. You want him pushed up in between the enemy team. The more players you put him in the mix with, well, the more likely he is to get a Hellstorm.
He's one of those players, again, that he's just got such insane reaction time. And a hip fire to match. Not a lot of players are able to find that special source. And Snoop, he's just lucky, I guess.
I still think he's the trailer player. When you want to make one when the new game comes out, let him show off the goods.
Cammy had the goods in that last round now. Eyes on a few players potentially. Again, I don't... Yeah, got it. 0-4. Oh, big tags right on Nasty as well. Cammy causing problems. Pushing forward now. Oh, but wait, the trades are done and it's going to be the boys of Surge with the advantage for now. But somehow walking away with 2 kills there on the defense. Nice bounce back when they needed it.
Yeah, that's huge. I think Abuza and 04 were able to give you the initial kill. So Cammy got the other 2 players weak there for Vancouver, but the protection unit in Abuza, Secret Service right there, making sure you take care of business. And again, he is a main factor in the S&D success for this team. Even on a map like Skyline, his presence is always known.
It's always a stinger again. You lose a hard point by 2 seconds. You go over every single possible scenario, but these guys can't do that. They have to go right into a totally different game mode. Good stuff there from Abuza. 4-2 after 3 rounds. In the fourth we go, and it's a fast bomb point, but it's a lot of exchanges now for Boston Breach. First contact is there through the middle of the map. And Snoopy, hungry for another, trying to get the damage in. An unfortunate team kill situation now, but you're still dancing around the bomb. I believe Cammy spotted 04 there, so the fight will come by in a moment. Or will it? 04 gets a freebie, as does Nasty, and the round is done.
Yeah, okay. Blink and you miss it. Vancouver Surge rolled over them. Seemed to be the case for Boston, was trying to retake through the middle of the map as if they were breaking into a P3, but Vancouver Surge had every single player there for the help. Nasty, I mean, he gives you the final 2, but even just off the jump, you had Abuza lining 3 players up, forcing the team kill to roll through. I mean, effectively a counter strat on offense, if you will, but pans out perfectly, tied up 2-2.
New kid on the block, Neptune, leading the in-between round comms there. What's going to be the game plan now for the Vancouver Surge boys are on defense? Right through the middle of the map with Snoopy. Guess who's here? Quick stun, a lot of glass exchange. Going to be difficult to guess these players drop low, but Abuza holds his iron, finds one. Snoop with a big damage, but Neptune there, lethal on the approach, but immaculate trades from both sides.
I mean, yeah, that is a good coordinated strat from both teams to be able to get these trades. We got 04 on a pinch, and right now Boston, they know where Nasty is. Otherwise unaware and Awakening reading it, but the COD timing not going towards them. But they're expecting the flank pressure to be here. It's just about how fast 04 can be, and it's quick enough to drop Awakening. Felt like Boston running for their lives. They knew they were being hunted down, but just simply could not get away. Credit to Nasty as well in the 2v2, making sure he gets that first player and getting some tags in, because 04 nearly fell.
It's calm composure from the Surge guys. I mean, same could be said right now for Boston
Impressive.
as well.
I mean, this is for top 3 right now. Some of the best placings of a few of these players' careers.
Yeah, this is very cool stuff. No one's looking too frazzled. In or out of game. 3 sprees either side there for 04 and Nasty. 04, that's a huge amount of intel. Backs on up. He and Nasty have got options here. They're not going to leave without throwing stuff at the other team.
Yeah, looking for the freebie on a guy in gym, but they just effectively back him down. We are wrapping back and squaring up, but hey, Neptune hits the stun. He hits the go button. He wants the first blood. His teammates get it. He's there for the trades. But it is a trade fest rolling through for the 2v2, and well, Boston, they have the extra edge.
Nasty 1v2. Timing, this is going to be ideal, and it's not there. Doesn't guess the player going towards the back. Lovely recovery there from Boston Breach. And I mean, we can talk about it all day and night, but Neptune's mechanical ability is so fantastic. In that situation he found himself in, he's isolating the gunfight in a spot where he knows there are going to be players watching. It doesn't work out in the end, but everyone is bringing their A game to this series for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could just see Boston, how dialed in they are on the mini-map. The second they get all the kills, all the trades rolling through, they're missing one, both players start swinging back. There is never a moment of hesitation for the Boston team. They have been rolling through S&D all year. Tied up 3-3 and another A hit. All 4 players here. Trophies out, gunfights rolling through. First blood for Awakening in Vancouver. A little less coordinated. They had an ISO player. He got picked immediately.
Nasty's going to get to the fight a little late. They know exactly where he is. 04. Oh my goodness, Snoopy is so damaged. That should get the kill. He gets away with his life. Trades are there. Pressure now on. Cammy in the backside of the kitchen gets one before we run down. Whoa, 4 can't get away with his life. And now Neptune, the guessing game is on. But Boston can see the bomb, and Purge, what a spot. Advantage Boston.
I'm telling you, it's the teamwork shining through right now for Boston. The fact that all these situations, guys like 04 find him in, of like, if it's not for the fact that there's always an extra player or 2 watching over the teammates, he's able to slide in and get those trades. If someone's playing over towards top plat, looking for the pinches, any lack of coordination in the setup rolling through, Vancouver would be able to capitalize. It just doesn't exist. Boston are perfect every round.
You hear that, Boston? Chances are fan. With good reason, up by 1 in the series, as you can see, folks. Another round of search and destroy. And they could be looking at 2.
Okay. First blood for Cammy.
All right, that counts. A lot of friendly fire. A lot of friendly fire this round. And Neptune, you've been given a slight advantage here, lads. What are you going to do with it?
I can't believe that's the first time I think we've seen that this year. I'd expect it to happen so much more. Try to pull out the knife, accidentally swing it.
Last time we saw that happen, I think Pred stabbed Mac in the back, and then he joined Optic. Good shots here from Nasty. Cammy, can you redeem yourself with a kill hit? The pressure is on. You've got 04 trying to maneuver it to try to find this kill. Oh, an Awakening's been spotted. Nasty! Oh, there it is. 2v2. You know exactly where they're going to be, and Neptune's timing pays off, as does the gunny, and that is a round that you have given away, Boston. And just as Chance was talking about how perfect your gameplay was.
Listen, I mean, that's how perfectly coordinated they are. They are on top of each other, even out of spawn, maybe a little bit too close. So, yeah, Cammy, want to bail out Purge in the next round. We'll take a look, and again, I mean, if you've played this game, you know how often it happens. You come out of spawn, you try to pull out the knife, and you just shank your boy.
You just, yeah. Okay. Happens to the best of us, apparently. It would have been ideal if they won the round, but now the search goes on. All tied up. That's right, get away from Cammy. He's a dangerous man. Awakening's early shot's not going to do a whole lot. Vancouver Surge heavy stack on A.
Yeah, Purge is going back to it, by the way. Purge is a player that really loves his spots. He'll play the same sort of spiral steps right side of it on Hacienda. He keeps laying down in that little cheeky spot in towards grass. Either way, Boston, I mean, posted up, waiting for some flanks to be rolling through, and the flanks are, in fact, rolling through. 2 players, make it 3 up top for Vancouver.
Ford spots him out, finds the kill. Lovely stuff. Nasty now, this trap is set, and Vancouver Surge have sprung to life. 2-man down for Boston. And you've gone towards the right place. The bad news is everyone else is going to be there.
Vancouver here. I mean, this is going to be a guaranteed round win. There's the trades. It's going to be Snoop in a 1v3 in 04. Shuts the door in his face. Boston, they played posted up in their spawn, waiting for the pressure to roll through, and it did not make a difference. Vancouver pick them apart.
Perfect read, but the plan did not go well, and now Vancouver find themselves on map point 04 at 9-4. A calm contribution to what has been a very, very good map for them so far. 1 more round's all they need.
Yeah, 5 in a row for 04 as well. So Cammy knifes one teammate in the back, and he takes full advantage. 04, a very old school player. Almost like traditional esports. He's just hanging out with his friends, realized, oh, I'm good at Call of Duty. Let me give this a shot. In his 3rd tournament was in the CDL. Immediate success.
That's the way to start it as well. Cammy, down and out, 6 spree, not terribly far away from the Hellstorm. If some magic can happen in this round, it is possible. Bomb plant by A now as well. Neptune's going to be the man on the receiving end of that. And here we go. Down a man, Boston. Can you survive?
They're going to have to break through the middle of the map. You're never going to get past Abuza. And they're trying for it. Awakening and Purge want to coordinate this to try to take him down, but rooting out a player in this spot, not easy.
Not easy. Great work, but Nasty's there for the pickup. Now Purge fighting forward. What a two. Stays alive and gets away with it. The immediate bounce towards the backside of the map, and Purge, what a play this is. Finds his third on the round. Last man. Nasty in the middle of the map. Can he stay alive? Purge now on bodyguard duty.
They just don't know where he is. You're looking for the read. What's the timing? And Nasty's gotten it. Gets the player off and times it perfectly. Nasty seals the deal.
Vancouver Surge. An incredibly heads-up final round. And Purge was making plays, man. Right place, right time. And he was just a fraction of a second off. He had the back covered. He gives it up. Nasty peeks in and finds two. With that, we're all tied up going into the half. At game 5, folks, we're not promising anything, but I'm feeling it in my plums.
We're going to a game 5, Miles. I'm just going to call it now, and I love the look as well from Nasty. You're talking about how the AR players for Vancouver gonna need to be able to clutch an S&D. Absolutely delivers, doesn't waste any time in a perfectly played 1v2, literally textbook with where the bomb was going to be planted for. So efficient work, and quite frankly, if not for Cammy's shank in the back of his teammate in the one round, I think Boston maybe have the edge, but you make a mistake in this match at this level, you will get punished for it.
Yeah, it was the wrong kind of edge, Cammy. The wrong kind of edge, sadly. But you can look back across a dozen moments like that. You know, everything that could go wrong might have gone wrong towards the last moments there. But again, Boston, a fantastic search and destroy up until the moment. It just wasn't. 6-4, the final score on Skyline. Again, 0-4, man. Fantastic performance from him individually. That's a great way to tie up the series. What has been so far a very, very close one. Vault Control coming up now at our halfway mark. Chance, anyway, quick moments before we throw it to the desk.
No, we're going to a game 5. Don't care how it happens or what direction we're going to get there.
But we're going to get there through the desk.
Let the party begin, Texas. We finally have a close series. 1-1 at the half. Just 2-point difference throughout our first 2 games. It's kind of different, though, in Search and Destroy. Let's start there, Alan.
We can definitely start there. And it looked like it was just going to be a Snoopy takeover series. Legitimately, as we got into the Search, he was just running, gunning, finding perfect timings. And if that happens, you feel like, how do we counter this guy? He feels like one of the best sub players in the game. But I do like the fact that Vancouver were able to still keep their game plan intact, still manipulate the map in a way that kept this Boston defense a little bit uneasy. Go ahead.
In the middle of that Search and Destroy, you saw Nep tried to maybe match pace of Snoopy's aggression, because Snoopy was just going top hallway and just flying at Vancouver Surge, not only just trying to find a pick, but like any sort of information. And it panned out for him a couple of times where he could get that first blood. He got traded out, but at least he got the info for the side of the Boston Breach. And Neptune tried to do something similar here as he pushed up over the other side of Boston Breach, but it doesn't pan out the same way because of the aggression and the way that the ARs were playing around each other for Boston Breach. It's an unfortunate round from Cammy when he takes out his teammate as a first blood, but I love that final play in the round 9 by Vancouver Surge where they just full sent it top hallway to the other side. You could see the Boston Breach were scattered. They didn't know what to do with that, and that gave Vancouver Surge the momentum they needed for that final round.
Yeah, it became a lot easier once Vancouver decided, like, okay, let's not just go by ourselves. We're either going to hit stuff together, or we're going to get bombed down, we're going to wrap back to our side, and let time sort of dwindle down and make them make the play, right? So you see in like their final offensive rounds, like nobody taking an insane risk by themselves, and they're able to beat them on that Skyline, which is huge because control has been a pain point on the side of Boston all season long. You set yourselves up here, Vancouver, to go up 2-1 in the series.
Vancouver was 16-5 across Hardpoint so far in Stage 2. They lose that first one by just 2 points. Nameless, it's our scuff play of the game. Let's take a look at it. Walk me through this finish by Boston.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane on the P4. You see, like, we're getting down to the final moments here. They have control. And what happens here is, like, Abuza, number 2, he's dead on your mini-map. He's thinking that they're all going to be coming. He's thinking they're all going to be coming from pool, but they spawn middle, right? So by the time they get there, Abuza's already dead, and then you have a break. We get over to P1 on this last hill here, and Snoopy comes through hallway, uncontested, finds 2. Purge gets inside as well, finds another 2 with this stick. It's just absolutely massive gunfight wins on the side of Boston. You are individually clutching up at the perfect time. You see the 2Ps from Snoopy, 1 from Purge, a 1v1. If he loses that, the game is done. The stick comes in for the next kill, and then it's like, all right, get back as fast as you can, and we have the advantage because of that first blood.
It was 2 really clutch teams going at it, right? I mean, you look overall in the season, close Hardpoint records within 30 points. Both these teams Vancouver Surge, 7-2 on the season, side of Boston Breach, 5-3 in this split alone. It was just the decision making from side of Boston Breach. Purge deciding, or Subi deciding to go top hallway was the best decision he could have made in that situation, because Vancouver Surge double stack the point, they don't go for any sort of map control, and that allows Boston Breach to break up the small setup that they tried to create.
We had the bingo spot, 250 to 249.
Twice.
This was our 5th time all season finishing a hard point 250 to 248, the 2nd time this weekend, Allie.
Unreal stuff. I remember we saw that in the green room, and I was like, no, our bingo card, we were so close again.
If we get a bingo, by the way, I got some stuff to give out to the Optic
Whoa,
fans
let's go.
here in the venue. Shout out our Optic local crew, but we got to get back into the games here. We're guaranteed a game 4 today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into Control with Miles and Chance.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get right into Control. We're going to Vault once again, folks. It seems to be one of the faves for many of our teams here in the league. And Chance, I mean, we want a 5. We're going to get a 5 one way or another. But who walks away with a Vault?
Well, I mean, listen, the Des touched on in Boston, this has certainly been their struggle point. In Vault, whether it be hard, any game mode right now for Vancouver on Vault, they're going to be very happy for it. I feel like Neptune has been perma-locked in on this map, a walking 40 bomb in the hard point. I think that's the 3rd or 4th he's gotten already this year, and he's obviously a late joiner for this squad. And I think for Control, it's going to be the same type of sequence. The battle he's going to have against Snoopy might genuinely be the difference maker on the map.
It's such an exciting 1v1 to watch. Two guys who are at the top of their game right now. Very, very fast-paced play. I'm stoked, man. I mean, again, it all depends on who's got a little bit more composure right now. Two teams who seem so evenly matched. We've gone one apiece. Which either of those matches could have gone either way, which is so exciting for us again. This is a real contest. There's not a blowout in sight for the rest of the tournament, hopefully. But again, for both these teams, top placings they will have seen for, again, many of their careers here, Chance. This is so exciting for them. And again, a test of their resolve and a test of their mettle as we go to another map.
I'm trying to think for Awakening. I mean, had a couple wins back online, playing for the Florida Mutineers in MW 2019 and 5v5, but since then, nada. Cammy was at the top of this game in Cold War, had a good bit of success at Chip and a handful of second places, certainly in the mix, but for a good portion of this lobby, some have been desperate just to get past top 12. And well, now a guy like Snoopy, here he is fighting for top 3, but control the pain point. Big opportunity for Vancouver to really see some momentum. We'll sniff some of it out there in the S&D off the back of a team knife coming through from Cammy. And see if they capitalize again.
Opening rat-a-tat-tat of 04. The trades are done there as we show a little bit of love towards the B-bomb side, B zone as well, excuse me, as the site is now completely clear. And Awakening playing this a little slow, and I love that. Getting the capture done. 04 from spawn now makes things safe. The middle of the map is all good as well. So Boston Breach on the opening attack. Not tremendously successful, but we'll go back at it again.
And we saw this the last time that Vancouver Surge played this map in the qualifying stage. They play really tight setups around the A zone. And they're always so quick to be here, prepared for the B capture. And Abuza's over here making a high IQ play. He picks up the 2 spawners after Purge even steps foot on point. Abuza doesn't tweak, doesn't turn his head. He holds his lane and does his job and keeps his team in the mix. Vancouver Surge, I mean, listen, their defenses are on point. They are not easy to break down.
Purge. Kill number 4 is waiting for you down low if you're brave enough to go for it. And he probably is, but he's also so objectively minded. He's going to keep the capture going. Cammy trying to fight his way out of spawn for now, gets at least 1, but 04 is still going to keep that pressure up. So now you've got to keep your head on a swivel, Boston. You can't get the capture done with all this activity still taking place as well. And there we go from down low, Neptune. It's a 1 and done. Awakening now joins his teammate on point. It's a 2-man stack, second segment on its way out.
And they're down on lives to make this happen, but this might be the push to get the A zone. One final hit for Vancouver. Asty going to be jumping in from up top, trying to get the coordination down, but they're going to get it before he actually jumps in. Awakening maybe a little bit cautious. Higher expectations for it, but Vancouver, they want to play the long game.
Cammy.
They want to get this ammo control. They're trying to play on the pinches, but they get dropped, and now for Boston, all eyes forward.
At the very least, you get that one player out of ammo. Nice pick from Snoopy. Player top art going to be an issue. And Neptune again, so patient down low in Vault. He and Snoop, we're going to see them keep going at each other here, folks. Nasty at home in the top side of art. Through the Vault we now fly. Neptune nearly gets both. Nice work from Purge. Cammy with a long-range coverage, and that allows him to get on the zone.
Is he going to make a break for it? Yep, wants to play for art. This is the big moment. Might need to pop a piece here to try to get it done. And can't make it happen. Neptune slams that door shut. Vancouver defense remains on point. They got a 6 life advantage.
It's a good life advantage for now. Demon Joe fighting his way through pool now. A different look. We haven't seen too many of these so far, Boston. He doesn't see a boozer. Oh, he does. There's an 8 for him as well. Caught out. Nice work from Awakening. That's a 1v1 win you want. Now an open avenue to get a bit of a pinch here on the zone.
I mean, that's an insta-chow. Yeah, Awakening's feeling himself. He's got the beamer on the day. 6 life advantage dwindles. Now down to 2, and you got pressure on the B zone.
Pressure on the zone, but Neptune is still down low. Finds trades. Snoopy's here. And Awakening still, oh my goodness, an absolute bulwark of defense there on the time. 22.8, pause the clock, Snoopy on the capture. Purge trying to cover as best he can. Cammy there a little downrange. 1 segment gone, but all the lives for Boston as well.
You'll take the segment, maybe see if you can get a little bit more. Well, Awakening falling is going to make it that much more difficult. Purge overwhelmed and a pinch, and ultimately Vancouver on defense. Clean enough to get it done. All things considered, though, for Boston, I think getting that extra segment long-term will be a nice thing to have, but ultimately, Surge are on point.
Surge and Vault. A nice duo. Not the best yet. I need a little bit more information, a little bit more data. But great work again. Surge, clean team, nothing insanely flashy. Neptune's really bringing the flash, but everything else is sensible. You can see the decision-making process through every round they take, and again, they don't leave too much up to fate. See if they can pull another one out here as Boston have been lethal in respawn so far here in the major.
We need to see what Vancouver Surge have cooked up for their first opening break. Neptune, good bit of chatter there in the comms. 2 players leaning out towards the pool side. Neptune taking a route. I mean, this is similar to what he does in Hardpoint, but going all the way over and just gets red. Purge, I mean, on the defensive end to make a play like that, swinging that far outer. And then the reads on point for Boston. Prepared for that pressure, and the trades rolling through. Purge on point so far on defense.
And this little Purge Awakening duo there, man. They're getting each other's trades fantastically. Cammy through the middle of the map now. Neptune, or he might have just found it. Bit of a window now. Keep Neptune, or keep 04 now capturing the zone. 04 still rolling. 04 feeling it. Fresh mag, no need. Spree continues, and the second segment gone. 3-man stack working out.
That's some little things, too. Just a couple players on Boston there getting caught sprinting. So 04 not getting tagged up. Easier for him to play. He's turned this into a 4 spree and turned that into the A zone capture. How quick with it and make it 5 in a row.
14 and 9 as well. Nep can't get near the zone. He's brought down. So again, pressure is off for a second. Boston, you can now set up for a little bit of a defensive push, but you got to win some fights. Starts with 1. 04 is going to keep this going, hopefully. Well, Snoopy, dangerous shoulders being thrown by that young man.
Just dancing. And Snoopy actually bites off more than he could chew. He full sends it out. Awakening there for the trades. Boston doing a really good job on defense, keeping enough pressure up through the middle of the map, up through pool that no one's able to sneak through. And then you have Cammy posted top art the entire time to cover the outer lanes of Vancouver. As much as they're trying to force this through mid, Boston, they've had them contained.
Snoopy still being a problem. Whoop. Okay, Neptune on the trades. Now we're going to try to find that window of opportunity to fight our way forward. But again, Boston, the positioning they've got towards B is so good.
Yeah, and now Boston's exchange. They're giving up the middle of the map because they have this kind of space, but Abuza loves the top ammo spot. Easy reads for him. 04 trying to make it through, but Boston, again, dialed in. The second they lost the middle of the map pressure, they had 3 players there for the top lane. Boston, super heads-up gameplay rolling through. Not a moment where they've shattered, but Abuza picking up 2. An interesting moment. A lot of pressure on guys like Cammy.
Yeah, great job, Vancouver. You go down 4. The first thing you do is you fight forward, and it's been 3, now 4 uncontested kills, 5 uncontested kills. Pressure now towards the B zone on the capture. Purge on the flank, but it's a 3-man stack, 50% of the way through. Purge trying to find the flank fast. Second segment gone. Purge trying to find the flank. Can't get it done. And that could be the round. Cammy looking for the last-ditch attempt. And is no one's home. 04 over the top. And saved by the last possible second.
Yeah, how about that from Cammy? The desperation effort. But this was 18 via 11 there from Boston. Vancouver, if you get this one through with the 7 lives remaining, they might just win the map.
Cam still fighting. Still fighting. Another crack at it now from Vancouver. Coupling the feed. Purge on the flank. You still got presence forward if you're Vancouver, but you're running out of time. 4 lives to go as well.
Bird gets out. The trade's rolling through. 3 lives remaining. 2 lives remaining. Killer Cam, the hero for his team in this round. He started off 5 and 11, and it delivers 11 kills on defense. And Cammy's going to get the best play as well. Vancouver ultimately an extra edge on the objective front for the defense in round 5, but it took heroics like this.
Oh, man.
And this is the second 3-piece actually he got. The one before this he had might have been even more ridiculous, but pick your poison.
Even better, arguably. Here it is. Slight lineup there from Cammy, and the third. Wow, brilliant stuff. 0-4 definitely a little weak there, but again, to get those kills, that 3 spree, how close you were to the round loss. Yeah, man, we're getting a 5. Come on.
If they win this map, you can count Cammy making up for the old team knife.
Yeah, at 2, Cammy. No, he's fine. Plays like that certainly help. Straight into the next round with the same kind of ferocity. Awakening forward he goes. Demon Joe, head on a swivel. Is it his head or is it just a turret? Great kills. Now nades up and out trying to cause problems in spawn.
Great stun as well. You're gonna catch those players that were rolling through to get towards the statues. So you're slowing them down just a touch. Trades though, as Nasty's gonna be sliding in, and everything open there for Vancouver and just overwhelming them on the A zone. Nice little moment to pick them apart, and Boston got to get back to work.
Third should be nearly the first man Neptune there on the down low position. So again, that's a big indicator there for Boston for how these defensive rounds are going. Surge, complete coverage. Nowhere is safe. You have to second guess everything. You have to check your corners.
Well, Brutus is making his way towards the zone. Snoopy up top might have a couple freebie kills. The one on 0-4 would have been a trade. That's a good read, but more trades from Abuza. The trade fest would have continued, but Purge gives you 2. And that's going to give you the A zone.
Yeah, second man there. Cammy helping him out. Snoopy and Awakening now going the long way around towards B. It's not necessarily the scenic route, but it's definitely where all the kills are right now. And Awakening, he has been a shooter so far in this map. Cammy now pressing the advantage. Neptune, though, still proving to be one of the harder kills in the league.
Yeah, Neptune, you know he's challenged. Cammy, I think, felt it just a split second too late. And Snoopy challenged as well. These players do not care if they're tattered up in one shot. The trust they have in their own gunning, unbelievable.
The trust in the gunning and the teamwork for someone to possibly get that trade. Awakening knows somebody's back here, knows something's up. And this isn't going to be nice. For 0-4, call an ambulance, but not for him. Purge, another vault kill now. Tied up in the lives, minute 5 to play.
Oh, what kind of comm was that? Nasty slid over towards pool. Cammy did not know what direction to look, so either bad listening skills or a bad comm. Either way, now Vancouver are in cheeks. Nasty living in your spawn.
Still rolling. 3. Looking for more. Awakening. Started this play off. Gunning him again, and he's just dancing. He's keeping so much of the attention over towards him. Nasty, what a play this is. Good reach from Cammy. Finally brings him down. Middle of the map, though. Still a lot of defensive pressure now from Vancouver. 2 players down low. 0-4's about to catch a freebie. Gets it. That is huge. Purge now on the zone. Knows where he is on the far side. Abuza sent in for the kill. Cammy now picks up his next one. An unfortunate team kill. The truck is there. And we're in the red, folks. Boston, no lives on the attack.
Yeah, that was the trophy, I believe, from Purge. Technically killing his teammate there in that mix. And they're just desperate for an extra segment if they can. And it's just simply not going to happen. Vancouver Surge on defense have remained perfect. And they just played that one well enough. Should we go to round 5, they are likely to have defense. I think Boston would have to snuff them out in this round. Only way they could pull it off.
Wow, fantastic round from Awakening, but 16 and 24. When we do watch him, I mean, the eye test is great. They're just being picked apart right now by Vancouver. Lovely defensive work, whether it's, buying space and time, and eyes on the clock there. Just little moments like Nasty's play towards that P2 side of the map eats up so much time that Boston sorely won.
I think Vancouver, though, on this map are a team that's sort of evolved the game a little bit, sort of teaching people how to play. They've almost conditioned these squads. There's going to be a player top ammo laying down, playing for the late pinch, and teams are starting to make those adjustments, but Vancouver Surge, a trendsetter. And Abuza opens things up with 2. Neptune, as long as you're alive, you're happy. Awakening. Last man standing on the defensive end, a triple stack. Zone is going to fly.
Yeah, you know that you have to make a play now. Boston are going to send it. 2-man stunned. 1, 2, third. Done. Dead. Cleaned up. Vancouver Surge take A.
And look at the route from 0-4. He's actually swinging over through P4, so it's a little atypical. You're not used to this happening, but he's found the timing. Boston have no idea. Line him up, gun him down. There's two, and he's going to flip these spawns.
Goes straight towards the zone as well. Neptune's on a 5, and now in the B we go, boys. 2 players on the capture. Here comes the third man. 0-4 playing for the kills. 1 segment down, halfway.
And he already knows no one crossed out towards P4. They're all going to be coming through art. They're just going to be funneled into death. This might just be the stamp on the round.
Oh, not yet, though. You managed to save it once again. Another crazy defensive moment, and they're starting to drain the progress as well. So now you know there's a man over on that side of the map. Nasty pumps the brakes. We've got ourselves defense right now for Vancouver Surge, but we're trying to win the map.
That's a moment I want to see from the rest of Vancouver Surge positioning, because 0-4 just sort of orchestrated everything, but must have had everybody just losing their gunfights, getting picked apart. Still, though, a 5 life advantage and plenty of time for Vancouver. And already guaranteed for a defense in the final round. Should we get there, and Purge wants to see it. Clean 2-piece down low, does get traded out, but still have plenty of space on the map for Boston.
Nasty wants to get on the spawns. Oh, perfectly lines it up there for Cammy. Tons of damage done, but Snoopy just comes in and rips half of your team. Slight advantage right now, and Snoop's still on a run. 4 spree right now in spawn. Nasty finally ends it.
There's just no pressure. Awakening finally does get hunted down, but he was over towards ammo. Cammy actually got gunned by Abuza, so Abuza might open things up. Tries to take the route, doesn't get there, but his teammates are on B.
Yeah, on B now. Get the capture going. Snoop tagged up, running out of teammates. Here comes Awakening from spawn. This is going to help. You've got to get a little bit closer, though. Are you able to clean up the second segment? Still no. Again, great work from Boston. Cammy still keeping everyone out of spawn, keeping everything safe, and it's a tight setup right now. Awakening trying to push out. Gets it.
They just keep looking for the timing. Someone trying to sneak through and get in towards art. They sort of bottled the one opportunity that they had. Haven't been able to bring it together for a second one. You do have guys like Nasty push near the zone. Neptune's going to fall, and that just means you're going to have to be constantly worried about the pinch here for the Vancouver boys. But Snoopy's the pressure from the front. Trade starting to roll through. Last man on time is going to be Nasty. Purge has him in his sights, but Nasty doing a great job staying alive.
He's got 2 kills on the point there as well, and he's managed to hold it together. He's keeping the capture. Second segment in. This is huge. Purge has got to get going. Nasty's still alive. Brought down from behind. Holding it. Nasty's still alive.
Gotta go.
Nasty's still alive. He's still there. They didn't get him off. And that's the map. And I'd be chirping too. The unkillable Englishman captures the B zone and gives Vancouver Surge the advantage here in the series.
Truly capitalizing off the one weakness of Boston coming into this tournament. Control continues to be a problem, and I mean, that turned into bully ball at the end there. I mean, we had the play getting set up initially of 0-4 taking the route, getting the clean 4 down, try to stack the point. They only got a single segment after that. Ultimately, just able to consistently run those players over, gun them down out of top art. And Boston Breach taking the foot off the gas in an inopportune moment. Ultimately, Vancouver Surge played it incredibly well. I feel like Abuza just ripping heads throughout, did the most damage, didn't have the most kills on his team, but I feel like his presence was felt.
Oh yeah, 8 assists. 19 non-traded there for Bruce as well, so good stuff, folks. 7 tiers captured as well, man. He was simply doing it all. I think a moment there from Boston, maybe just a slight miscomm. Things got a little too hectic with them towards that end of the map, and again, lots of players being shot in the back, trying to make those defensive plays. Neptune again, just roaming, like absolutely fearlessly across this map. Vault continues to be a strong suit for Vancouver.
And I feel like Vancouver's defenses on this map especially really have been a shining light. Might be amongst the best in the league. Whether or not they have the title, I don't know, but it seems like they are incredibly efficient at defending both zones. And again, just playing the tight setup. So any sort of cheeky opening break you want to do, anytime you're trying to approach B, there's always AR players dialed in, ready to swing out and chow the outer lane, albeit from double doors or back line. Vancouver, they just achieved a true understanding of this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Defensive rounds may be, but the offense was just as good. Huge, huge plays. Great teamwork again from Vancouver Surge. Timing here from 0-4, the old snapper. And these were some of the final moments. Again, the first attack on that B zone was so impressive. They came so close to closing it out. Second go around here, Purge. You see Nasty still laying there in the zone. No one able to get him out. 0-4 on the front line there, just keeping those players at bay. And Nasty, we welcome Neptune to LAN in a big way. And he is delivering the same sort of results you saw online. A lead right now for Vancouver Surge in our series. And again, winner's bracket, folks. Winner's bracket. Lose this, you drop down to what has already proven to be a pretty dangerous place for many teams.
And winner gets a guaranteed top 3. Both teams will have players where it'll be their highest placing in the CDL or in their career. So you're happy for it in Vancouver right now. That advantage they have. It is unlikely they lose 2 hard points in a single series, but Boston are also undefeated in the mode. A 2-point game though we had. How close we could have been to a 3-0.
Well, here we go. Hacienda Hardpoint. Boston, have you got the goods once again? The red card S&D, I mean, that's what we're all licking our lips for. We really want it. We are being treated to a much longer series than I think CDL fans have been accustomed to for a while, the watch parties as well. But Hacienda chance, I mean, how are we feeling about this one? Of course, Vancouver, Hardpoint, Demons, but Boston have just got that magic here at the Major.
Well, I think that my idea for Hacienda is it is the map that requires the most teamwork and coordination amongst the hard points we have in rotation, and I think both of these teams will be able to deliver. I think both of them have showed off the good stuff. The comms we heard earlier in map 1, no one's tweaking, no one seems particularly nervous. They're able to handle the moment, so much so that guys like Neptune absolutely popping off, and it felt like he got let down just a little bit, but ultimately they were fighting the uphill battle, constantly having to push into P4s and make the breaks, and even in difficult spots, this man come out and played like a titan. That's going to be the theme for Hacienda. You don't want to fight those uphill battles. You want the back spawns on P2. You want to be there first. Make sure you get that rock hill under control. You don't want to have to rely on Neptune to drop bombs like this. Whole team's got to be there.
Yeah, bombs for the L. Don't forget it. Here we go, map 4. We don't get to say that often in this tournament. Surge sitting on match point once again. Boston, can you conjure up a win? Can you force a game 5?
What a great record to show between these two teams. Again, they've been showing off their teamwork and coordination, so no surprise there. They have fantastic records on Hacienda. Boston, though, have had to win some absolute nail-biters. We're going to be trusting their clutch and resolve.
Here we go. Vancouver, you've been doing it all stage long. And you do it once more. Off to the races here with Neptune. Can't get a second there with Demon Jones. Going to keep the kills flowing, but that's trade on trade on trade on trade. Vancouver with the time, Vancouver with the numbers.
And no time wasted, getting a little hop. You already got 0-4 pushed up in the corner, so he's got top hallway, and Neptune has the other side. Would have had 2 players to deal with, but Snoopy versus Neptune, the constant battle, and Neptune loses that one. 0-4 on the pitch. Gives you all 4 for 0-4. However, they did lose the spawns.
They did lose the spawns. That's fine. He's working on that now as well. He's simply doing it all. Snoopy did a little hop check just to make sure that no one was coming through lobby, but he didn't time it that well. So now he's got to hold that position. Good news. He's in position. Bad news. Nade. Good news. Teammates. Bad news. Other team. Nasty fighting in forward now and a decent lead. And they're in the back as well.
Oh, these are going to be trade spawns as well. Yeah, 2 players in the back. The players on the hill have to go huge. Purge and Cammy, though, might just be overwhelmed. Neptune trying to dance back, gives you the extra tags, and Purge is going to fall, but now it's Vancouver they're going to be in a pinch. You had Snoopy spawn out towards well, and he's able to reposition. So 20 seconds of the hill have gone by, and ultimately Boston come out on top, but now you got to hold off the back pressure. Vancouver, they are surging.
We're waiting for 0-4 to find the entry here through Zig. He's pushed the player back, eyes towards the back end. Here we go, the trains are there. 0-4 finds an opening, and he's in. The second. Oh, it's there. He's never going to get Awakening on spawn there, but he gets his teammates in for time. 20 seconds still to fight over.
I mean, these are 2 back-to-back kills that are huge right now coming through for Vancouver. 31 seconds they got on a P1, one of the better P1 hills you're ever going to see. And, I mean, hey, they handle the back spawns as well. Deliver us maybe a 40-point lead going into new. They've had plenty of time to set up on their rotation. 0-4 and Abuza working together. Neptune going to be pinching from top office. See if they can break down this setup from Boston.
Yeah, it's a nice back line complete covered there. Awakening tagged up, that's going to be the opportunity. Purge is picked up on the flank. That's good news though, his teammates find the kills. Bad news, it's on the time now. Here comes the contest. Up over the top of Boozer. Flush one more player out, but Awakening, he's trying to find kills. The Snoopy now straight in from Tin. And Cammy stayed alive for so long there. It allows Boston to get into the play. Snoop still dancing. 0-4 now. He battles into time, and we flip again.
In Boston right now, this is a great effort to hold on. Now it's the back spawn going to be rolling through here for Vancouver. Purge has the timing though. These SMG players for Boston, so squirrely, so in the mix, always shooting players in the back, and they're good for the scrap time.
Oh, fantastic. Heads up awareness though once again. I say heads up, it's 10 seconds before the new hardpoint. Vancouver all spawn out. They're going to make their way towards the rock hardpoint. And my goodness, folks, we've seen a lot of explosive finishes here on this map at this rock hardpoint. And this may be the first, but tied up 62 either side. We're going to see Vancouver surge in there first. Cammy, first man here for Boston on the attempt. And he has been dealt with. Purge though, nice slide. Can't get any more out of that life. His teammates will be a little slow to the fight, so Vancouver should hold.
Oh, he's looking for the hero play.
Wait a minute.
There's one for Snoop. Can't get the second. Trades rolling through. An Awakening and Purge there. Strike for extra. And yeah, Boston overwhelmed. Now you're going to have the reposition for Vancouver. No flanks rolling through, and they're taking deep routes. They're going to have one good shot at this break, but they got to get past Snoopy. I mean, he's dialed in, keeping these players contained.
Dialed in. Cammy finds a couple more, but again, past the information. Bad news, hardpoint completely blown wide open. Surge are back in with another 20 to the nade.
Yeah, maybe a moment for Snoopy where he actually needs to be the first one to die. Doesn't want the guys on point to fall first, so you want to chow before they get that pressure. So neither team able to hold the rock hall for a substantial amount of time in a first set of rotations where we do have a very tight game. Vancouver with the slightest of leads. Right side spawns, 4 and P1 first.
Oh yeah, almost every hardpoint. We're going into it relatively even, so a great contest so far. Nasty, his spree is over. The hall's now full of breach players. The hardpoint full of surge players now. Time has been stopped. Now rolling over in favor of Boston. You've got a lot of pressure here. And great, again, awareness. And the firing squad of the Boston Breach boys not letting anything get through just yet. Great trades. And again, the teamwork right now, it is tense.
I feel like Boston are playing with like the pace of the game as well. Guys like Neptune expecting the pressure to be flooding through the top hallway, but Boston, they're in no hurry. They want to wait for their moment to push through the spawn. Snoopy was looking for it. 0-4, officially the only man on this side of the map, knows how important his life is. And right now for Boston, you root him out, you'll be good for the P2. He's playing the Paul X corner.
And that vintage motor has yet to explode, so yeah, if he would have been good for one, maybe, but no, Snoopy just absolutely eviscerates him. To time. Neptune worried about the attack through driveway, worried about the attack through the lobby now, and he deals a little bit of damage. Whoa, my word! Finds a kill, but he's down and out, and that's Boston's hardpoint.
Yeah, maybe a moment for 0-4. Maybe needed to tuck himself into the back spawns and try to play his life a little harder. You lose the back spawns, you lose the time. Name of the game on P2. That's what Snoopy's in the back doing. Great damage rolling through. No kill just yet, but the longer he's alive in the back, the better. It takes 3 players to get him down. Vancouver, the final swarm.
Oh yeah, final swarm. Purge. Can only get 1. Awakening. Only gets 1. Final 20 seconds again for Surge. The late breaks and another incredibly close hard point going in the third.
Well, Cammy, he's picked up the outer lane. A player going to be running above him, but Awakening maybe the man responsible for top office. So 0-4 the player right now that can make the initial impact for his team. See though, in the feed, Snoopy takes him down. Boston, they'll get the initial.
A tie game once again. Initial 2-piece from Snoopy's wonderful. Keep the hard point now ticking. Boston Breach, they're sitting pretty. Office now, Nasty, fights his way through. Awakening still fighting from time. Purge, perfect coverage. Everyone is there. Everyone's getting the job done. 2 members of Surge now have been pinned back, and that's the attack through Tin. And you have to fight your way into this time every step of the way.
Boston and Awakening are locked in. Read the back spawns, have the plays for it. Purge does get overwhelmed, and so does Awakening. So you get the first 2 kills, but now you're out of attacks, now you're out of nades, and you got to deal with a Snoopy behind you. Nasty guns him down. Vancouver Surge get the break.
And they get the break, and oh my goodness, they're going to get another 20 seconds here. No, they're not. The contest is there. Purge can't win it. Neptune's going to be there for a second. The remaining members now, Boston Breach, possibly able to flood time. And this is actually a nice moment here. Boston are able to maintain a lot of this lead. Can they win the fight on the rotation to New? For now, no.
Now let's purge, maybe next man in line. Gonna have to back down and wait for your teammates. You do not have numbers because he's got a player on hold. And they're sending everybody through the middle of the map. And Neptune, he wants to take it for himself. Boston try to set up for a play. It gets red. Vancouver Surge handle him. If you're spawning in lobby, you know it's all guns forward. You got everything under control.
1, 2. 2 remaining members of Boston now. Again, they'll be there a little bit later, hoping to get those trays before the health can regen. The answer this time is not yet. So we're going to see one clean attack here from Boston. And in that time, the leader will possibly change hands once again. Cammy finding the opening kill now. Here comes the slide. The pinch is on. You diverted some attention. Boston managed to breach the lines, but they do not break the time.
I mean, that was only for a moment. You got Neptune going on a 3 spree. They had the perfect setup as well, and Nasty is shooting rockets out of his AR. That is a near perfect full 60 for Vancouver. It is enough to take the lead and run it up just a little bit. And Nasty, I mean, he's going to be close to the Hellstorm as well. He just super soaked this time.
And once again, another moment where we are so close in this game. Decent time here for Boston Breach on P1 would be ideal. But 04, is this the turning point? Have Vancouver Surge found themselves here on Hacienda? Great coverage, as Nasty does have that Hellstorm. The spree will be done. But that Hellstorm, we've seen it be incredibly useful on this map in Hardpoints of old.
Awakening though from Pod, picking up the big 2. They're trying to soak up this P1 time if they can manage it. All about the hallway control as well. Snoopy backing these players down. 04, honestly, showing off a cool angle there to be able to look through. But in the meantime, Killer Cam picks up 3. And 04, once again, in a situation where he's the only guy that can really play for the right side spawns. And the longer he's alive, the better. He's actually been allowed to go through.
Whoa, nearly. He's still alive. Holy fade away. 5 HP. He's still alive. 04 is at large. At large! Still going! It took the whole team! And now reinforcements, the cavalry's here!
And the reinforcements can go and get these spawns. No one right now for Boston Breach actually going to be in the back, so you spawn right back with your boys, and you get the back spawns, you should eventually get this time.
Trying to find the break. Again, we are at 209 and climbing right now. Boston Breach, Snoop spree. Can he keep going? No, Neptune's there. Picks 1 on the turn. What a win! Purge down. Hardpoint still Boston.
They got the spawns initially, but they lost them. Boston just clutch up and might end up sending us to a game 5.
Here comes a Hellstorm, a desperation. Force those players inside. Try to give the back spawns through lobby. It doesn't happen. It's on the Neptune to try to get the break alone. Through the water route as well. It's done. The break is there, and Vancouver survive.
I mean, shout out. Now show off the Omni movement. Go for the slides. Go for the tags. Purge last man standing, traded and gunned down. And they're going to fight for this. 2 players for Boston instead of rotating. They're trying to full send it in to go for this scrap, and Nasty dishes out the goods. And for Boston, look at where they're spawning. They're tucked in the right side. If there's any way to bottle it, that was the moment.
That might have been it. You don't have to break this hard point absolutely perfectly. 3 members now of Vancouver setting up for the attack. Boston, 1 final go here to stay alive. Here we go, folks. Through the front line, Neptune finds 1 on the trade, and they've survived for now. That's the final battle for a second. Nasty trying to identify the players who are tagged up and weak, and nobody is there just yet. Have you survived, Boston? Have you done it? Here comes Surge, 10 for the win.
I mean, you got to get in the hill right now for Vancouver. You can't give away this time. It's getting milked up. Someone's got to contest. Neptune's the guy. And Neptune for 2. Cammy, last one on the front line. Wants to wait for his teammates. The final hit.
Breathe deep. Abuza now playing for the spawners. Cammy trying to find any opening he can. Purge, he might be the man to break this one wide open. Looking at time, contest, tie game. Cammy's in. Finally finds his window, an open field. Surge fighting forward. Abuza still with a covering fire. Nasty on time. 5 seconds to go.
I mean, Boston got to contest for another 2 seconds and then they can rotate, but someone's got to get in. The contest is not going to be enough, and Vancouver have done it. They walk away with the win. They play keep away, and they send them off the stage.
Oh, that P2 is going to haunt Boston for a moment. That is such a stinger, a team with the magic. But you came across a red-hot Surge. Cool, calm gameplay, good decision-making. And when you needed it, a bailout gunfight or 2. A fantastic series, and we were denied the game 5. But Boston, we'll see them play a little bit later on. In the lower bracket for Vancouver Surge, top 3 here at the Major.
And I think Nasty is a player that has been a shining light. I remember last year when he wasn't picked up in the league, players like Ashley Turpin be like, glad I don't have to shoot against him because the guy's a problem, but he needs to be here. And he has had some generational performances as well. I mean, he just threw up 2 minutes and 40 seconds of hill time. Add that to the bingo card. Had the Hellstorm to help break down the P2 towards the end. And then he continued that with the Gunny. I mean, Nasty just had a lights out performance. And I think that moment for Boston might haunt them. Trying to hit old for 20 seconds instead of getting the rotation. They got hit with the dagger spawns. But while Neptune is constantly a force, I mean, Nasty again. Only 6 assists, but 29 kills, and it's the 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Man was super soaking in that time.
Purring, absolutely purring. 250-242, the final score. A wonderful back and forth hard point between two teams who wanted it bad. Record moments for them here, and not necessarily for the organizations, for the teams, of course. Vancouver Surge or Seattle Surge they've managed to win a major way back in Vanguard. But for now, top 3. Fantastic team still awaiting. We're going to see the other side of the winners bracket match up a bit later on. But for now,